Good morning. Here we go. Setting up the TikTok. Always technical difficulties, man. Good morning, y'all. I thought we were gonna be good this week. Obviously, that's never the case. So here we are. All right, so we have our special guest. Oh, good morning, the Nexie. Look, we got the comments coming in already. Good morning. We got our special guest, Ola Chilati. This my boy from few months now. We've been locked in, man, getting the community together and trying to help our people grow and financially, with money, education, all the things. So we wanted to have you come on, pretty much to preach to the community, brother, just like what you're doing, what your community is all about, what you help teach, what you show people how to do. Because we tapped in with you on one of your podcasts, man, and we love the energy you bring. We love everything about what you do. So we wanted to have you come on and just help our crowd, talk to our crowd, man. Let's get these gems flowing, brother. So before we start, if you want to go ahead and introduce yourself, let the people know who you are, what you do, and what you bring before we get started, and we can get right to it.
No, most definitely, man. Top of the AM. First off, my name is Ola Chilati. Originally from the Bronx, New York, by way of Miami, Florida. I am the host of Meet the Plug podcast, a platform where you meet individuals like this brother here, KP, and this sister here, Sharnice, which are direct plugs to the financial educational world that we need. As I don't like the word minority. I don't like anything that downplays our melanin. That our people directly win in the areas that we really haven't been winning at all. And directly, honestly, I'm just a financial polyglot. I'm the guy that's gonna literally translate the verbiage that we do not know yet, so this way we can learn it now and become financially literate in all different forms of financial literacy, because there's many avenues of it. So we just get it started from there.
Cool, there it is. That's what it's all about. So I like to let our guests know how everything works, because we'll be pausing quite frequently. We're live on YouTube, TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. We live on several different platforms. So you guys
Awesome.
on TikTok, if you guys have any questions as we go, feel free to ask them. I usually write the questions down, and as we stop talking, I'll go ahead and ask your questions. So same thing with YouTube, same thing with everybody. We're streaming on multiple platforms, so I may miss some of you guys' questions. It's not on purpose. I'm just doing my best to read all the monitors. So I like to get that disclaimer out there first. We usually have we got a couple preset questions just to get the party started, because we know how it is, guys. People get nervous. They don't want to ask questions first. They want to see what everybody else asks and get it started like that. So our first question is, what is Evolutionary Minds? What is it?
Evolutionary Minds is a community of like-minded people which all understand they don't understand financial literacy, right? So the idea is, when it's time to learn what we don't understand, because the system that we had for a school system, that we had growing up from kindergarten to 12 does not provide us with financial literacy, does not provide us with the credit card education, the banking information education, or even understand data points on credit. So Evolutionary Minds is that community where you will learn that, where you'll come and learn how to leverage your personal credit, business credit, and create six-figure opportunities for yourself that you did not know you were able to create prior using OPM. That term is starting to get a little played out because of course me, KP, Sharnice, we on it. We understand the value of OPM. We understand the value of other people's money. But we got to start, breaking out into other people's time, other people's resources, other people's statuses, and understand that it's a community to really create multiple communities. I want everybody to create their own community out of learning what a community is with evolutionary minds, because we all hit our evolution. None of us stay the same way every year. If there's growth, whether you see it or not, there's growth in every year besides your age. The idea is to continue that growth with a community of people that are growing in the same direction as you, because honestly, my grandfather's saying is the actual truth. Show me your friends, I'll show you who you are. So if you come into the financial literacy community, come be a friend so I can show you who you are. And we could tap into that inner hustler, that inner businessman or woman. The term entrepreneur is a little shaky to me. I think that was you that posted that, right, KP? What's an entrepreneur?
Yeah,
To a
yesterday.
businessman?
The difference
Yeah,
between
bro.
entrepreneur and a business owner.
Yeah, to a business owner. I just feel like it's a startup. It's the first step to becoming a business owner. It's the feel out. Hey, let me see what I could do here, here, and here. The idea is, if that's what that's where we all start, and then become the business, come to a community where you can find that and actually be able to do that with leveraging OPM.
My man. What's going on? What's going on, Charlotte? Charlotte tapped in. I got a couple questions off TikTok. We got 3. So we can start hitting them up. And I need to start writing the users down. I apologize, guys. If y'all hear your question asked, you can feel free to write a follow-up. I'll start writing the username down so we can be specific. But the first one was, do you all provide individual help or just just groups?
For evolutionary mind,
Yeah.
it's individual help. I do group. We are doing 2 group meetings a month.
Okay.
But when it comes down to it, the community is individual based.
Okay, you got that? So if you need help, oh, you know what? Ola, let's do this. How can they reach out to you? So I can have that on the ticker. That way.
Oh,
Um,
definitely. You have my direct emails, consult@boenation.com. And then you also have excuse me, I just got all of those text numbers and such literally like 2 days ago, so I don't remember them. But but straight up, consult@boenation.com is the best way to contact me. I'm in my emails every day, more than I am in social media. So also you have the social media platforms, BOE Nation on Facebook. And then last but never least, Ola 2024 with a 0 on IG.
Gotcha. I post the toward the end. I put all your handles up there. I just wanted to have something so as you're talking through the whole show, they have the ticker, a way to contact you at the bottom. So for the person that asked that first question, I'm sorry I didn't write your name down, but you can contact them right here. Consult@boenation.com. So for anybody, as your questions are getting answered, if it doesn't get answered directly enough, feel free to email him at his email. All right. The next one, and you answered this one. They asked, I guess, before you answered it. They said, "What is OPM?"
Other people's money, baby.
Exactly.
OPT, other people's time. OPR, other people's resources. Other people in general create the opportunity.
You get that one? I think that was Charles. I think I'm good on the names now. And then the last one we have, it says, "Is this for everyone or just entrepreneurs?"
This is for everyone. I have traveling nurses in my community. I have established career oriented people. But these people want to leverage themselves out of the career and be able to have extra income to the household. The purpose of it really is understanding 2020, that COVID thing we went through, or excuse me, let's not speak too much on it, but
Right.
the scenario we went through, to where now we had to learn that job that we had or that career that we had can be taken from us at any given moment. Let's not put all of our eggs in one basket. That's the idea of the community. Let's create multiple baskets.
There you go. The mindset change. That's the first step to anything. That's I've been preaching that. I don't know what caused me to preach that. I've been going hard this week about mindset change. Like before you could do anything, you got to change your mindset. Like
Absolutely.
I told I did it on my story. I was like, you get people that hit the lottery and then they're broke within the next year because they're not ready to have money. They don't understand like just because you have money, that doesn't mean go crazy. That doesn't mean go spend. I mean, I get it. Have fun, yeah, but have fun responsibly. If I win $1 million,
Yeah.
first thing I'm doing is I'm telling Jazz. Then I got an accountant. I'm gonna tell my accountant how much of this can I play with. That's the first, and it's my money, so I shouldn't have to ask other people. But I'm responsible enough to know, okay, my wife is gonna take care of the home. My wife is gonna make sure all the house shit is good. My
Mm-hmm.
accountant is gonna make sure all the business shit is good. Because
Yes, sir.
KP just go crazy. So it's like, all right, cool. Jazz said she need 100K. Natasha need 150K. Natasha said, KP here 75,000, and we gonna invest the rest. And then I know 75,000 I'm going crazy with. You know what I'm saying? So it's about a
It's a
mindset
fact.
change, man.
It's
So
a
that
fact.
was my 2 cents for your question. I don't know how to pronounce that. We get a lot of these TikTok names, bro. That I can't. It's SHE. It's not even SHEP3NU3R. Step Shep Fanor. I hope I said it right. I'm sorry if I didn't. But yeah, I'm trying my best.
So,
Struggling. Lord.
somebody get this boy Rosetta Stone.
Hey, listen,
Exactly.
it's TikTok, man. They use numbers and replace the letters and all that, man. So
Word.
our next one is what drove you to create the community? Like what was your why? What was your reason for
Lack thereof. Growing up and understanding lack thereof. 2020 was a wake up call. You know, um, there's a lot of people that took a lot of losses that year. And honestly, bro, if it wasn't for 2020, I'm gonna be honest with you, I'll still be stuck in my old ways. The mindset would have never changed. But lack thereof is the main thing. Understanding that there was a whole nother side that we did not know about coming from the Bronx, not understanding any of this 2 years ago, or 3 years ago, right? We almost into 2023. So the idea is when you don't have it and you see it being around you and you have the internet and you seeing people succeed, talk about the value of their credit, talking about how their credit changed their lives. I wanted to know what that felt like. So that's what started the idea in general, and the community itself was the fact that we, as a community, as a people, we are last. We are literally the purchasers of the country. We are the people who create the style, the swag, the vibe, everything that we do as people. We are the creators of every brand. So I think it's time now to become the brands and support ourselves. And that's my biggest motto: support yourself. That's the whole point, right? So it's about that time.
it? It is. Um, User 107-417-702-209. Like I told you, they got weird names. So that was for
Shout
you.
out to them, man. Shout out to them.
All right. What we looking at now? Let's give my next one up. So our next question: what change is your community going to bring to the culture?
Ownership, no excuses. Everything that we had, our entire culture, our entire time of the culture, we don't own anything. We're the biggest subscribers to anything purchasable that has a lease attached to it. We'll be the first ones to rent in a beautiful apartment in a tall building without owning a condo or owning a house, right? Or having anything in our names or in our company's names. We're the first ones to go out there, and don't get me wrong, I like to wear nice clothes too, right? But we're the first ones to, instead of put ourselves first and be able to create, we're the first ones to buy. So really the idea is ownership itself and understanding of intellectual property, which is another big thing that our community doesn't really speak on a lot. Having that opportunity to be able to tell our kids, okay, instead of going to college, becoming a worker, no offense to anyone that has a job, we need you. I love to say this: without having people who work, there are no bosses. So there is no hierarchy to me when it comes down to the 9 to 5 and the entrepreneur to the business owner. But I feel like as a people, since we are the number one purchasers of everything, this community will show us how to become the number one businessmen and women because we are the number one purchasers. So we'll just support ourselves and become that level of greatness that every other culture has been able to dominate in those subject matters, if not every subject matter. So domination is another thing too. We need to dominate as a culture. Black and brown people, white, pink, yellow, I don't care what color you are. If you come from the class of lower class, it's time to step forward and understand what this middle high class is about as well. And we can't do that without intellectual properties and ownership. So that's what this community brings. Direct opportunity in ownership and understand what intellectual properties are.
Cool. And I'll break that down because he was spitting game that a lot of y'all might not understand. So pretty
I
much,
dumb
man.
it down. Just tell me.
Yeah. Hey, listen, I understood you word for word, bro. But I remember when we speak to the community, we gotta remember how it was 3-4 years ago. We wouldn't understand the now us
Yeah.
speaking back then, you know. So pretty
No
much what
doubt.
he's getting at is financial literacy, man. It's there. It's accessible. It's more accessible now than it was before. For me, like I know you said you didn't want to touch on it, but COVID pretty much opened my mind. Like you telling me I can make hundreds of thousands of dollars and never have to leave my house? You know what I'm saying? Like, like when I tell y'all, it's so much money out there. It's ridiculous. And now I'm finding out the more I understand, depending on what type of business I have or what type of industry I'm in, even my race, the government will literally give me money
Yes.
to make more money from it. Like
Yes.
grant, they got certain types of loans that I can qualify for. So like Sharnice, she's a woman. Women have specific get specific grants just for being a damn woman. Like it's so much money out here. And it like
Yes.
when I tell y'all it is a hell of a change for me. Like
Yo,
Ola touched on it, man. 5 years ago, I would have been working. I was an electrician. I was an electrician for 10 plus years. I at the time I thought I was making great money. You know, I think I maxed out at like $40 an hour. You know, it was good. I was like, you know, we were good. I was able to pay all my bills, support my family, and all that. And then I thought I'm like, damn, I'm making what 100? I think $106,000 a year. I switched over to entrepreneurship, and we did that in a quarter.
yes,
And
sir.
I was like, wait a minute, you telling me I slaved and worked overtime and worked through snow and rain and got shocked and did all this crazy shit for $106,000 a year when you got John Doe that is sitting in his house selling cryptocurrency or doing digital real estate or doing credit repair or coaching and
Yep.
is making that every month in the
Bro,
safety of his home?
let,
Like,
let's talk about that. Let's talk about the fact that, shameless plug. We got digital products as business owners, right? You know, literally we spoke about grants a second ago. I went as far as creating a digital book, an ebook called the Evolutionary Enumerant, where we were able now to find those grants in that book. And, as being young black women, because that's what we need to honestly concentrate on as well, our black and brown women, and wanting to push more energy, love, and respect into them for them to be able to thrive because those, at the end of the day, they are some of the biggest, supporters of these brands that are winning nowadays. And if we show them a brand that has value, which is themselves, and they see them within themselves that value is there, that book does show, not just them, but everyone else as well, multiple ways to be home and create a 6-figure year, just out of one ebook. And that's just one thing that I created myself, one of my intellectual properties, which all that means is an intellectual property is a product that you create or a process that you create that you choose to sell, that you're going to make money off of. And it's yours 110%. No one can say that you took anything from them, anything of that nature. It's 100% your creation, that you were able to make $1 off of. And that's what these digital products do, right? Because now I'm stepping into the coaching game and the community game, and I just see that fixing credit was a glass ceiling for me. There was no real growth in that process. So now that I see the opportunity is really in teaching others and producing that for others, that's
Mm-hmm.
what I do. And I see the value in it. So that I really feel like we definitely as a people need to look at that.
Gotcha. Look, we got our first heckler. This we always get them, but I'm gonna read their comments so you can see what we get on occasion, and then we can all break this down. So he said, or the person said, because I'm not sure, it's a logo. It says, "Money is nothing, bro. Talk about something like nature or history. Y'all just promoting yourselves, straight scammers."
No, absolutely, because at the end of the day,
Wow.
money is nothing, right? Money doesn't, money doesn't really do anything without family, without community, without actual love in a room, without an actual village. Money doesn't mean anything if you don't have anybody to share it with. So he's absolutely right. Maybe this ain't the room for you, bro. Maybe you like, or ma'am, whoever you are, maybe you prefer to be, sitting in your cupboard and and just being mad at everybody else doing something. I don't know, but at the end of the day, money isn't everything, but money is the only thing in America that gets you to the next step. I'm sorry, I can't feed my kids love. It just
That's
doesn't
what I had muted the mic and responded to TikTok. It was a TikTok person, but I'm like, I don't understand how we're scamming. We're not selling anything.
at
We
all.
giving you free education and free information just to get your mindset changed. Like we haven't tried to sell you anything. So where did the scammer vibe come from? That's what throws me off. I can see if we were all here preaching like, "Yo, buy my ebook for $9.99." Like nobody's selling anything.
Nah,
We're literally giving you guys free answers. Like ask your question and we give you the answers like point blank. This is flat out right here. I'm not gonna say, "Hey, schedule a consultation with me." None of that. It's you got questions right time, real time, and we're gonna give you answers real time. So
I'm gonna
I
be
don't,
real. That sounds like a very financially stressed person. And
yeah,
if he needs a free consultation, I got him. Tell him holla at me. It's free. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got to spend no money. So,
I'm gonna get some of the Facebook. We got a bunch of Facebook comments came in. So
get it, Facebook. What's popping?
we got Brian. Brian said, as a business owner, we know that we excuse me, as a business owner, we know that we constantly have to come up with solutions. Where does your ability to innovate come from?
The fact of never having it, the fear of ever going back there. There's very few things in life that I have fear for. And one of them is being a father and broke. One of them is, being a father of a about to be 16-year-old young man and telling him I can't provide Christmas gifts because of not being able to innovate and move forward and always think on my feet. I at the end of the day, as a business owner, that's all you have is innovation. That's all
Right.
you have is motivation. You're literally creating for and that's what I hate the most, bro. We talk that curse nonsense. There is no such thing as a curse.
It's
It's
not.
just laziness, stupidity, and don't get me wrong, there is a plan to keep us this ignorant, like our little heckler, like that gentleman or young lady, whoever that was. And we after this, I'm not speaking on them ever again.
Right.
The idea is it's people like that that literally create us to stay in one realm and stay in one ideology, and we can never proceed and grow because at the end of the day, we're told not to support one another. We're taught not to say, not to say anything positive about one another. Everything's just planned out and we fall for it. But the quicker that we, open the book and understand that life is a lot different outside of our little bubble we live in
Mm-hmm.
for us to grow. But I hope I answered that question correctly, man. It's just always
You,
my children
hey, you
are my
touched it.
motivation.
I got Tiff is in the comments. Tiff, I love Tiff, man. She come on there every week, every Wednesday and support. She said, at the end of the day, nature and history aren't feeding my children. They are important, but I'm tired of leaving my security in someone else's hands. So
Amen.
to touch on what Tiff said, and this is really important because we know like money isn't everything. Money is the root of all evil. We all know all those things,
Yes, sir.
but we also know that the government's not letting us live off love. You know what I'm saying? Like we got people that live in the banks aren't letting me not pay my mortgage. Like, hey, let me call Navy Fed up and be like, hey, can I hug somebody to get my mortgage paid this month? Like, I'll hug everybody in the establishment. I'll love them all.
Yeah,
Like,
okay, let's talk about that. Let's jump onto the history aspect of it real quick.
yeah.
In the history of the Corporation of America, where have you seen one time we hit a benefit? Like, just, and I'm talking about us. I'm just talking about us in the low poverty areas. I'm talking about the fact that the Bronx, New York, has per capita $22,000 a household in a community that has over 1 million people in a very small borough. So if in 1 million people, there's $22,000 average in that household, where do you see us ever getting anything? The fact that we can't own vehicles because the trains and bus systems is so sufficient is a boxing of the fact that we don't want you to expand. We don't want you to grow. The plan is very real. So let's do some history. And you show me one time we got a benefit from history.
The welfare system is made to make single women or men feel just good enough to not want more. That's what food stamps are for. That's why they rent is only $12. That's why they give you food stamps, because we'll let you live here in the ghetto, for $10 a month, and we will provide you food stamps so you want to stay in the ghetto. Why leave? You don't have to pay for food, and your rent is cheap.
But then let's talk about that too. The fact that the man can't live in the household with the woman.
Right. That's
when you're in the projects or Section 8 in New York City. I don't know if it's like that in DC.
It is.
So let's talk about how they really break up the black and brown, white, yellow community that's in that class, because it's not about race, it's about class. I know white people that live in my projects. At the end of the day, you've got to understand the value of the conversation. We're talking about classism. We're talking about financing. This is what the platform is about. It's financing. It's finances and understanding finances and the literacy of it. So the idea is they're separating the man from the household. They're making the woman live by herself. And she is now being the man and the woman to the child, because now there's other mental games played on that man's mind from not being able to be with his children and be with his woman because of the games that the system plays for them to have a household. So when it comes down to it, it's deeper than rap, my people. So let's not think skin deep. Yeah. Let's get a little past that.
Let me interject. I want to say this because I've been quiet for the last 8 minutes and all that jazz.
Yeah, too quiet.
I hate it when people say money is the root of all evil. You know who out here say that the most of the time? Minorities.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I don't live my life around money. I do. And there's nothing wrong with saying that. My feelings ain't gonna pay my bills. Me going out here fantasizing about a life is going to literally do nothing for me. There's nothing wrong with wanting more. And I'm tired of hearing people take this mindset and push it, you don't need. Do you need $1 million? No. You don't need $1 million. It's not about, going and get 7 and 8 and 9 figures. That's, if you want that, that's fine. But when people, I feel like it's a way to keep you in a box and then make people feel bad for not wanting to remain in that box. Don't box me. Box your mom. Don't box me.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? There's nothing wrong with wanting more. If you want to be a creator, be a creator. And if you ever want to get into entrepreneurship, you don't have to do what everybody else is doing. Coaching is a great way to make money, but you can create something. If you're good at software, if you're a software engineer, which I know it's not a lot of us that are doing it. It's a lot of other minority communities that are doing coding and stuff like that. Go and create a software. I had a client, one of my clients was telling me that her brother created a software and sold it to LexisNexis for $150 million with royalties.
Shanice got the check. Shanice got the check going crazy. Look, we ain't never see this many comments.
I'm mad they made LexisNexis pop like that. I'm mad.
Yeah, I mean, you can create something or whatever. There's absolutely nothing wrong, you know what I mean, with wanting to have more and saying, like, I don't want to be trapped in this box. I'm tired of being in this, you know, this super small tax bracket. Let me hit my 6 figures. Let me hit my 7 figures. Let me create something, because that's where all the benefits are. Everybody, a lot of people hate, you know, I'm gonna say this name, but because I don't, you know, whatever, we're not gonna get into politics, but a lot of people don't like Trump because he don't pay the taxes that he's supposed to pay. But if he getting all the tax breaks, if he has his money placed in trust where he's supposed to, and he's able to capitalize on all of that the proper way, and he only paying $1,000 a year for taxes, y'all mad at him, but he's providing jobs for people because he knows how to do it the smart way. Y'all don't hear that man saying, "Oh, money's not the way." Like, it's so frustrating to me when I hear that. So I'm just being quiet, and, you know, I'm in agreement or whatever. But I hate it when people, y'all don't stop limiting yourself.
Y'all got her hot, boy. She don't never go off like that. Look.
Like,
Nah,
I know I'm quiet. I'm the quiet one, but I'm tired. Like, we can take control of our financial communities, our financial situations, and do all of that stuff, but we can't limit ourselves. Like, stop limiting yourself and stop being comfortable with limiting yourself. If you have a way that you can have 5 or 6 jobs, but you don't have to work 5 or 6, I want to say gigs. If you have 5 or 6 things that you can do that you could generate income, and you don't have to physically be in those positions every single day, all the time, figure out a way to monetize it. Figure out a way to capitalize on all of that, and then run. There's nothing wrong with that.
Let me tell you how crazy TikTok is, y'all. And Tiffany pointed it out. As soon as you mentioned Trump, like when you said his name, the midterm election button popped up on my TikTok live. Like, hey, listen, that's crazy.
That's funny.
You mentioned Trump, the midterm election bar popped up, and I'm looking at my screen. It's there. I swear it was not there. It's there now. So now you didn't trigger the automation. Now, I didn't know they had voice automations. Now that's something I gotta learn. You know.
But this, KP, you remember a while back I said you got to be controversial on your stuff or whatever. It's going to increase the ratings and all of that jazz. But anyway, go ahead.
Listen, you were controversial. Now I got to get through all these questions now. We got about 12 comments going on because Shanice, they like, oh, she's talking. I didn't even know she had a voice. I said, they didn't even know you had a voice. Golly. All right. We're going to keep pushing, y'all. So the next one say, what sort of metrics do you use to track your business success? Number of clients in the community, etc.
Well, of course, being a credit specialist, being a credit strategist, we have our platforms, Dispute Fox for clients. The platform itself literally, you know, shows every step of the client, shows every gradual move of the client, of course. And when we speak on metrics, are we speaking about platforms and tools of that nature? Or are we speaking about an actual strategy? Because I want to always make sure I answer the question correctly. But we have tools that show that, right? But then if you talk about strategy, I'll just answer it in both ways, right? So we have Dispute Fox, platforms like that. We have Go High Level. We have all different platforms we use to, you know, gauge and, you know, keep everything in order, right? And then from there, we, you know, strategy wise, we have multiple strategies as well.
All right, he just wrote business metrics, but we can come back to it.
Most definitely.
Margaret said where they at, laughing. Natasha gave us a good morning. Good morning, Natasha.
Good morning.
Look, Elena popped in, y'all. Elena came back to social media, y'all. She went crazy.
My fellow Diaz.
Let's see. Marcus said, "Can I hug someone to pay me some?" Oh yeah, that's back to the Navy Fed joke. All right, here we go. Here go another question. How can you not live around money? It's instrumental in most life decisions. Yeah, that's back. That's back. We're gonna push from that. We don't want to go too crazy on that, man. We pretty much covered why it is important. I mean, obviously, it's the mindset thing. Literally, when we all our 3 of our inputs the root of all three of those is a mindset, because like you said, Trump had the mindset of figuring out the laws to know how to use them correctly. I had the mindset to understand that I would rather work 50 hours a week to make $100,000 a quarter than to work 80 hours a week and make $100,000 a year. Like that's you tripping, you know?
Yes,
So
sir.
it's really just a mindset thing. What's the next one? Natasha said exactly. Brian said need food, need housing, need clothes. Top three necessities require bread. Exactly. It's like money's not gonna go anywhere. We all know, and this actually goes back to the lower class. What I said, when you think that money isn't important, that's what keeps you in the poverty mindset.
Word.
You know, because it's like, oh yeah, I don't need money. I can just get food stamps. I don't need money. I can just get on welfare. Listen, you're basically handicapping yourself to stay at the bottom. The government makes the bottom seem so good that you don't want to get out from the bottom.
Not
You
at
know,
all.
it's like imagine being a seed, because we're all seeds, right? They put us in the soil and they barely water you. They water you just enough so you won't sprout out and become a tree. They make it so you're grass. They'll cut you, you'll come back up a little bit. They'll cut you, you'll come back up a little. That's it. We're grass. You grass. You know, and they're like, oh yeah, they'll never want to turn into a tree because, you know, we give them food. We give them free food, and we make sure that the cost of living is super inexpensive. And then, you know, true story. We talked about this before, I believe, on one of our shows. How it works is the low class is so cheap that they literally can't afford middle class, because they strip you of everything and they charge you for everything. So when you go from paying $12 a month for rent and having food stamps, as soon as you get to middle class, you now have to pay for childcare, you have to pay for food, you have to pay for your rent and all those things that they were giving you for free, to the point where you can't afford to. So you can never get to the high class because middle class is too expensive for you. So guess what? Now you go back to the low class and you done. You like, I tried that middle class shit. It's too expensive. I ain't getting nowhere. And you stuck. You're literally stuck at poverty forever. Once you get that mindset change, because I'm an example of it. You know, we were at that low class level. And when I first understood credit, and my story, my first big, I say, credit card, Navy Federal gave me $20,000, and I was like, the fuck? Like, what the hell? Like, I never had $20,000 before. I never had. I was like, what the fuck? Like, we about to go crazy. Mindset. We about to go crazy. I didn't care about investing or none of that other stuff at the time. I was like, 20 bands. We about to go first class to Miami. We about to drink Mai Tais in Hawaii. We about to do all the things because I didn't have the mindset to make my money make money. But I educated myself, you know, and this is why I love my wife, because she made me. She was like, listen, that 438 or 530, whatever my credit score was at the time. Well, it was higher when I got that big limit, but whatever it was at the time, she was like, nah, we want to get a house. We ain't living in no apartment forever. We getting a house. I want a backyard. She wanted the picket fence and all the beautiful things. So I started investing in my education. I'm like, all right, cool. Let me take this credit card and figure out what credit is and understand credit and understand the things I can do with credit. I can tell you.
Let's actually touch on that, K. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you, bro, but let's touch on the fact that credit, you know, I was watching the internet. I was on the internet the other day. I still call it the internet. My fault. I was on YouTube the other day. You tell I'm old, right? And I saw a clip, a short YouTube, and the title caught me. Credit is my trust fund. Him 500. One of the coats to this credit game, right? And understanding that credit is not just about getting debt, and that's the purpose of evolutionary minds. Credit is your evolution. Credit is the opportunity. Credit is the fact that now you have 20,000 you never had before. By the way, my first big car was Navy Federal, 25,000 as well. And, you know, when it came down to it, just, you know, with that same stupid ideologies and not understanding anything, I took that card, went crazy too. We was already in Miami, so we didn't have to fly here. So what ended up happening is I ended up going down, went shopping. And you know what I'm saying, took care of little mama, took care of took care of everybody, made sure everybody was, fresh, and did not use that money correctly to create the opportunities that I could create now with way smaller amount of money. Because I understand the value of a penny, to understand the value of a dime, to understand the value of that quarter. At the end of the day, everything can create something for you. Please don't kill me with the literal penny can't do nothing. All right, don't kill me with that. But the idea is, if you're stacking it up enough and you put it in the right places, it's going to create something for you. It's going to create the opportunity that you need. So that's the idea. And honestly, credit really is that source
It
that
is.
you need to be able to become whatever it is you want to become. Because that's really it, right? Living happy, man. 2020 took a lot of people from me. I lost a lot of brothers and sisters. I lost literally 5 people in the Bronx to COVID in 1 week. One exact week, I lost 5 human beings that I knew since I was a child. Why? Because we are all asthmatics. We all have respiratory issues being born in the Bronx. We all have, those situations. And I lost 5 great people, you know, and it's something that nobody knew was going to happen. But at the end of the day, created that opportunity for us. And now, sitting home all day, what are you going to do? Sit there and not learn nothing? Learn,
Exactly.
learn the opportunities you got in front of you and create them. Don't just sit there and get mad at everybody because your life ain't right. You're the reason why your life's not right. Take ownership, support yourself. Become an evolutionary. Find your evolution. It doesn't hurt to grow. It only hurts to grow when you don't want to, and that's really it.
Look, the next couple was just they laughing. I'm telling you, everybody was shocked. Shanice has had it, laughing emoji. He's next one say, "Oh Lord," she was quiet for a whole 28 minutes, breaking records. Brian said, "Business manager."
They all unique, man. They
Uh,
all
good
right.
morning, good morning, good morning, Trish. Good morning.
Good
Uh,
morning, man. I mean, top of the AM to all. Top
I
of the
here
AM.
we go. Tabitha said, "How can we capitalize in making money during a recession?"
Credit. Sorry, let me not be that. That guy, right? Literally taking whatever you enjoy, anything you love, anything you do not look at as a task or a job, something that you really can say, I do this, I smile, and using OPM to create that opportunity for yourself. That's how you'll be able to make money, during these recessions and oppressions and depressions and whatever sessions is left, right? Um,
Right.
that's my first piece of advice. Enjoy it. Because I love real estate. I love it. Real estate to me really is the 40 acres process that was promised to my great grandfather and my great great grandmother. That 40 acres really stuck to me, not because I feel like that's the freedom ticket, but I feel like that's the freedom ticket for my children. Because for me, the real estate's not going to do too much for me. But when you let it grow and you let time pass and you let that equity build, that's great for the children, for their children and things of that nature. But I'm sorry, to the actual question itself, what can we do? We can look for products like the evolutionary enumerant, shameless plug, sorry. And, look at applications that we can make money at sitting down at the home. Look for grants to be able to create the business that you want to create, the thing that you love to do. Look for these opportunities that are outside and literally add it onto your life. And please, the most important thing, take action. Don't just buy things from people and let it sit there and accumulate. And all of a sudden now you're a guru because you saw the cover.
Man.
You know what I'm saying? You can read the cover of things. That's
And
not
said enough.
take action. That would be my advice. I'm sorry if it's not direct, but to me it feels like the right things to really focus on.
Oh, nah, that was direct enough. That we say that every Wednesday. I don't care what we telling you. If you don't do it, it won't matter.
Yep.
I I can literally give you the blueprint from 0 to 100. And if you go from 0 to 10 and you stop at 10, it's not my fault that you didn't reach 100. I
It's
didn't.
your fault
I can only tell you the steps. I can't make you step. What they say, you can lead a horse to the water, but can't make it drink or something.
at all.
That's
At-
exactly what it is. I'm gonna show you exactly where the water is. But if you're not thirsty enough to go drink it, then I'm gonna walk off. You know what I'm saying? Like,
that's on you, player.
all right, let me. I think we caught up in the comments here, and I got 3 more from TikTok. Oh, Marcus said other countries don't even have credit. Exactly. Like, America's the only place that has credit because we, not us as Americans, but America is in so much debt. They just was like, listen, we just gonna create more debt and give it to our people. Like, if they say America, what do we owe China? Trillions?
Yes, sir.
Like, listen to that. Like, our country owes another country trillions, but they getting on you for owing Verizon $328. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. Like, bro, go pay China back before you get on me. You know what I'm saying?
We owe China, we owe South America, we owe we owe everybody something. You feel me? But when it comes down to it, bro, yeah, other places don't have credit. There's other places that don't got water either.
Yeah, that's true.
And so we got to be mindful of everything we got in this corporation of America. As you see, I ain't call this place a country for yet.
Right, it's corporate.
Know your history. You know, jump back to the history side of things. 1933, fact that we went bankrupt. You know what I'm saying? And understand why credit is so important. You know, that is very real.
Yeah, let's see what we got. So the next one, this from TikTok. So I didn't write the user down. Eldrkitch. Eldrick. I'm sorry. I lost my job and couldn't recover. How can you guys help me?
What are you good at?
You know,
like how much work experience do you have? What are you good at? Like, sit down, make a skill inventory of what you know how to do, and then get with one of us, you know, either Ola or KP or me, and literally come up with something, because I guarantee you know how to do something that other people will pay to learn. So how do you identify that, and then how do you capitalize it? And then once you figure that out, you have to create your own lane. A lot of people who get into entrepreneurship, they want to follow the crowd. Oh, I want to go be a coach because everybody else want to go be a coach, which is fine, but do something that everybody ain't doing. There are very, very minimal people that teach you how to sue credit bureaus. I teach that, right? I don't have competition.
Yeah.
I'm in the credit industry. I work with a lot of other credit repair companies, and I even train business owners, but I specialize with the law stuff. So I made my own lane, and I'm going to stay in it. I have no desire to be like everybody else. Identify what your strong suits are, get with somebody that you trust to help you grow that, multiply it, turn it into a business. I mean, it's going to start as a hobby originally, and then start networking.
You know, let's talk about it. The fact that you know, that's the point of evolutionary minds as well. As a community, those that, you know, you might lose your job because the fact of the matter is you had it. So you had a job, that means you're giving somebody the power to feed you. So since you gave them the power to feed you and they took that power back, no disrespect to those that lost their position. You know, I don't want to sound cruel or sound, you know, like an asshole, but let's be honest. Let's be truthful. Come learn how to become your own and do your own. And that's exactly what we do in Evolutionary Minds. I have literally 12 to 14 categories that you can pick from. You know, even if you want to say, you know what, I don't want to work, I just want to trade. I have a program that you can learn how to trade and have somebody trade for you, even if you don't want to trade. Talking about, you know, we're talking about the stock market. We're talking about foreign exchange, whatever you're interested in. So at the end of the day, there's multiple levels of what you can do on your own. You just have to have the want or the need to want to learn and want to do something different. Literally, if you in that situation, step into the room correctly, we can teach you how to clean your own credit personally, teach you how to clean your business credit, how to build both on each side to the point to where you're getting funding on both sides directly within 90 to 120 days, taking that funding, putting it into the business of your own. You know, within also in Evolutionary Minds, when you pick a category, you get a .com. You have an option of a go high level. or a ClickFunnels, whatever you choose. You have all these different. You get an email, business email. We set you up 110%. You're going to be successful literally within the first quarter of the year. You're going to start going in the green within the first quarter, and then from there, you're going to be able to build and have your own. So this way, you don't have to go to a job and say, "Hey, can you feed me today? Can you put clothes on my children's back? Can you create a roof over my head?" That's no longer done. Now you can create all that. You get to pick what size roof you want, whether it be 1,000 square feet or 10,000. It's all up to your hustle.
Right.
It's all on yourself because the action is everything. You can step into the room, but you have to take the action, and that's pretty much it.
And then another thing. So this is for you guys that don't want to become entrepreneurs. You don't have to quit your job. I know so many people that have side hustles that just stay side hustles. You know how you get the entrepreneurs that say, turn your side hustle into your main business? You don't have to do that. Just simply having a side hustle, that's insurance, that's added security, that's a fallback plan. That way, let's say your side hustle is bringing you in an extra $4K a month, but your main job, you're good. You might be a 6-figure earner already, and you're cool doing both. Then do both. If that is what floats your boat, if that's what keeps you happy. I specifically, one of my brothers, one of my best friends, he has a 9 to 5. He works at American Airlines, and he sells oils on the side. He probably make probably a few $1,000s extra a month. And guess what? All the money he makes from his side hustles, he uses it to just spend. Like, that's his spending money. So his 9 to 5 takes care of bills and all the family stuff and things like that. But whatever he makes on the side hustle was his spending money. He used it as motivation. It was like, cool, I want to go to Dubai. I know Dubai gonna cost me about 5,000. So my side hustle gotta bring me 5,000 so we can go to Dubai. And you can do that. A lot of people think because there are gurus or specialists and TikTokologists that tell you gotta quit your job or you want to work until you quit your job. You don't have to quit your job. When you make enough, eventually you're gonna want to do it. Like in my personal situation, I left my job, but you don't have to, you guys don't have to do it. Everything we're teaching you, everything we're showing you guys, it's just a way to change your mindset, to get financially literate, to have an understanding. Because hell, you might start off with a side hustle, then come to find out your side hustle is making 5 times what your 9 to 5 is making, and you just decide, oh, you know what? Let me go ahead and put my 2-week notice in. That's it. I'm not saying like job.
It really do. It be like that, bro. And and the ill part about it is, like I said, I have traveling nurses and radiation technologists in my community. They work 6 months a year. She just came back from Alaska 2 weeks ago. She from Miami. She was sitting in Alaska for 6 months being a radiation technologist or one of the titles in the hospital. Excuse me, I might not be correct. Hey, but she travels, bro.
He said that shit ain't no joke.
It's on and off, bro. And then now 6 months off, she's learning how to be an evolutionary. She's learning the mind frame of her evolution. She doesn't know if she's going to retire early. She's not even planning any of that. What she's planning is how to create multiple streams of income. So this way we have an opportunity to grow. That's it.
We got Natasha. So Natasha, this is my accountant, y'all. I done brought her up. I done told her, I said, hey, come on the show. I'm trying to get her on the show, y'all. She real live shy. But she said that's exactly what I do with my side money. Funding things that I want to do, pay off my debts, allow me to pay for my kids' activities, etc.
Yeah.
And that's it. Your side job can just be literally for spending, for investing, for safety blanket, put it in a savings account. Like, it's so many different things you could do with it that it doesn't have to be a 9 to 5. Some people's side hustles barely making $1,000. You wouldn't be able to survive off of that, but that's good spending money. Hell, extra $900 a month. If I'm just making an extra $900 a month, guess what? That's $900 to spend. Have fun with. $900 to invest. I'm not going to be able to live off $900 a month, but that's what the 9 to 5 is for. So that's kind of, we just want to make sure you all don't think that we're like pushing the narrative of become an entrepreneur, because I hate when people think that that's what we do. Yeah, we're not forcing you guys to switch. We're just trying to open your minds up to understand that when you do switch or when you do start the side hustle, people want to pay for your education. Like hell, all three of us, we started from the bottom. None of us three here knew what we know now 5 years ago, 10 years ago.
At all.
You know, had to pay teachers, had to buy courses, had to join mentorships. All of those things got us to where we are today. And all we doing is giving back. Hell, we go live every Wednesday and just answer questions all day. We're not charging y'all for this. This is our way of giving back.
Absolutely, bro. I just bought into Neo's room 3 days ago. Add another few thousand to that to that educational, bill.
Right.
That,
right.
You know what I'm saying? So, I'm learning more in one call with his lawyer than I learned in 6 months in that topic, in that subject matter with him. So, at the end of the day, think about that K to 12. Oh man, my fault. Got a bomber flying over me.
I'm about to say that's that Florida living, boy. That's all we get. I'm in Orlando, MCO, Orlando International, like about 40 minutes. I'm planes every day.
Bro, I got a private airport literally a mile away from the house. It's annoying, but to the point, man. The more you provide yourself, the more that you pour into yourself, the more successful you will have to become. There really is no way around it. The more that you spend on yourself, obviously, right? Let's get to something really minute. The biggest thing in Miami, the BBLs. They put the money into their body. They look better. They start selling tummy tea. They make money off of tummy tea, even though they didn't use it one time. And they're eligible to create more because of what they put into themselves, the confidence. Yeah. The education for me is my confidence. At the end of the day, I'm gonna pour into myself and create more for myself and just keep on going.
All right. We got two more. I know Shanice got it. You leaving now, Shanice?
I'm gonna give it a couple minutes. But yeah, then I gotta leave so I can get over here and check this stuff out.
I got one more. TikTok stopped asking questions, but I got one more from Tabitha. Should you wait until you make $100,000 before you start investing? So I got to answer. I mean, I start investing with a single dollar. You ain't got to wait for a certain amount.
Nah, we have too many platforms now to even worry about how much money we have. We have so many platforms. Robinhood, Webull. You could go ahead and start investing at 10 grand, 5 grand, 200, 100. You can invest with any amount of money now. So I wouldn't suggest waiting for anything. We don't know what tomorrow brings.
Exactly.
Our paths are written already. We just walking it or running it, depending on what you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Okay, cool. So we covered everybody. We got y'all TikTok. We got Instagram. We was getting it from Facebook and Twitch. Twitch be popping off. All right. So this the closeout, bro. So how do they get in contact with you? I put it on the screen. You said you got your social media handles, right? Let me get those right quick.
Okay. Ola 2024 with a 0 IG. Building _ ROUR 2 underscores evolution. That's on IG as well. That's the company IG as well.
Hold on. I think I messed up. You said Ola 2024?
Yeah, with a 0 instead of an O.
Okay, 0. Okay, that's which one was that?
That's the IG. That's my IG. That's my IG.
All right, let me put Instagram. That's the Instagram right there.
Yes, sir.
Okay, what's the other ones?
Let's just go to Facebook, BOE Nation.
Facebook is BOE Nation. It's space, right? Or one word?
It's space. BOE Space Nation.
Cool. Here you go, Facebook.
Then we got the website, BOENation.com.
Website.
Where they can find every little way to get in contact with me there, man.
Got you. BOENation.com. All right, so let me give y'all some screen pauses so you guys can screenshot. Let me here you go for TikTok. So the website BOENation.com. Go ahead and screenshot that. Give y'all a couple seconds, everybody. Screenshot that. That's his website. All right. If you want to find him on Facebook, his Facebook is BOE Nation.
Yes,
Go
yes.
ahead. 5 seconds to screenshot it. Let's screenshot it. Cool. And if you want to find him on Instagram, it's Ola2024. That first O is the number 0. So it's 0LA2024.
Vote for me for president.
And then if you guys want to email him for a consultation, screenshot that. Email him consult@boenation.com. It's been scrolling the whole time, so hopefully y'all grab that, man. Get these free consultations, and we tell y'all every week, every time we have a guest host, man, we gonna give y'all something free. I don't, we get the hecklers on occasions, but we not selling y'all anything. We haven't tried to sell y'all anything since we started Wake Up Wednesday. We giving y'all free gems. We ask our guest hosts to come on. We tell them that it's free, and the people that we bring here are willing to help y'all for free consultations. Obviously, if you want to sign up, a lot of things are paid services, but it's to get to a better understanding and to figure out whether it's right for you is free. None of that's gonna hurt you. Free does not hurt. So you got questions, we got answers. Natasha got another one. She said, I was on late. What kind of business does he have? Oh, if you want to let the people know your business again, and then we can close out.
Nah, not a problem, man. The community is Evolutionary Minds, where we come together and using our personal credit or business credit or both, funding what other opportunities we have. So in Evolutionary Minds, we have about 12 to 14. It's growing every day. Opportunities where you can use, like the other young lady or gentleman, I forgot what gender. They lost their jobs, they lost their positioning. They have opportunities now to be able to create more, create income up to 6 figures, annually. I like to be safe about it. And the idea is just to give more and just to give opportunities past, your great position as an accountant. You really don't have to worry about too much. But,
Right.
Having more money you want to make, the opportunities are here, and to be able to do it not out of pocket, but out of other people's pockets, which I like the most is OPP, the other people's pockets, and be able to create that opportunity for yourself and create the opportunity for your children. We also, in that community, we talk about opportunities in life insurance. We talk about opportunities in trading. Talk about opportunities. There's opportunities in everything. Real estate, how to get 4 units, no money down, using these programs that we have here in this good old corporation of USA, or maybe a single family. Literally, we are trying to give as much as we can in one place, and that's exactly what we do at Evolutionary Minds.
You go. Appreciate you. So, both, man. Ola, I appreciate you for coming on, man. You spit that. You didn't spit 5. We done had TikTok. I hate to say it, but I think Shanice's rant stole the show, because they bombarded the comment section when she started talking.
That's how it should be, man. Like, at the end of the day, speak your mind, speak your peace. And, let's get this. Let's see if we can try to find and change our minds, man. Like, we're always going to have that one in the room. You know what I'm saying? We're always going to have that one that just don't understand us or don't want to understand us. But it ain't for them. And at the end of the day, other people that want to understand us shouldn't be, listening to people like that, or shouldn't be, getting confused by other people's opinions. Because they like buttholes, man. Everybody got one.
Right. So look, I'm gonna end the live. Don't go nowhere. I know Shanice got to go on. I'm gonna rap to you for a little bit.
Copy.
All right, everybody. See y'all next Wednesday.